Hey, got it up. Oh, whoa. Really, Dudley? Hey, it's enough. Sorted. Good evening, if anybody's there. Please excuse me for a second. I want to turn everything down. I can hear myself, which isn't good. How is everybody tonight? Hope you guys are well. And I've just worked out I've got a problem. Oh, if there was a needle put in, I guess. It's better. How is everybody on this wonderful Wednesday evening? Apologies for last week. I got home just in time, but without time. If that sounds weird, but I was only just in time to get home, have some dinner, and get to bed. And to be truthful, I was shattered, so it didn't happen last week. So I hope you're well. If this is going on and someone's in there, please let me know and tell me what it's coming through like. It's not been too bad. I did try to do one on Facebook the other week just for a bit of fun, and a bit of a computer issue, overheating, but she seems fine tonight. No one's about. Got to myself then. So all that's going on tonight is getting aqua gloss onto everything, nice and shiny. Ready for Declan. For the F15, there's lots of it to do. Hello Andrew, how you doing, mate? Thank you for that, I appreciate it. It seems that my computer decides to get hot And when it gets hot, the CPU goes up and it blanks it off. But she's getting old now, so I'll let her off this time. Hey ho. So I did have some stuff planned for tonight, but I decided what I'm going to do. There's two things that someone asked me to do, which was some wheels and how I mask canopies. Well, what I've decided to do is to do at the weekend, this weekend coming, I'm going to do a full how-to video again. There is a couple. It's not one of the, it's a Mac, mate. It's Mac Pro 27-inch. She's 5 years old. I have cleaned her out. That was my original issue. But I think it was because it got so hot last week. Hot. Look at it now. But it was so warm last week that it blew it out. Didn't want it to work. So I've changed a few things around. I've got a fan blowing onto it. On the back. Obviously, there's only a tiny little fan on those things. I don't get over hot, but because it's now Intel hardware inside it, it's not the true Mac stuff that they seem to. It seems to get hot very quickly, but she's running all right now, so hopefully it'll stay like that. It's freezing cold. I've got the window open and a fan blowing, so let's hope so. There you go. So, just trying to get the gloss coat on, ready for decals for this F15. Hopefully I'll be able to decal her at the weekend, given time. What are you working on at the minute, Andrew? Anything good? Or are you sort of in limbo? I had an email from, which I believe was Bristol University today. Wondered if we could put black chrome onto as a propeller for a propeller for a wind turbine, not a wind turbine, a wind tunnel. And I said I didn't know, but I got some. I got a bit of carbon fibre in the garage, but as I was late home again today, I didn't have a chance to find it. But I'll do a test for that, and they want to put it in a wind tunnel. Like I said, I believe it was from Bristol University, so that'll be interesting to do. Right. So, clean that off there. The one good thing about doing these Q&As, my bench gets a clean every week. So at least that's something, I guess. Cleaning up aqua gloss. Two ways. Water and forgot what it's called. Airbrush cleaner. Our airbrush cleaner. It works perfectly with. To give it a good clean. So I haven't got much left. I must give Rob a bell. Get him to send me some over. I do go through it fairly. I was speaking to Mick last weekend. Oh yeah, I remember that. Cool. I got I did a giveaway on the last one 2 weeks ago, and Darren Seaman, my wife, picked out from that. Again, if we get enough people in here, but I didn't advertise this tonight because I weren't 100% sure I was going to be here. So whether we get it tonight, that'll certainly be next week. And that's killed that O-ring dead. Nice. But if we get enough, I'll do one. If not, we won't. But hey ho, it's all good fun, isn't it? See, that's what hot products do to an O-ring. It's absolutely shot. But there you go. Such is life. Aquagloss is great stuff, but it can bung your airbrush up if you don't clean it properly. The 1/24th Hellcat, I presume. Good kit. I got one up in the attic. I did do one, try to get it, rushed it to get it ready for Telford 2019, and made a pig's ear of it. So it never saw the light of day at Telford. But I will build another one. I don't know if anybody's heard whether Telford's going ahead or what's going on. I haven't got a clue. I thought we were going to hear last week and we didn't. Or whether they're planning for it to go ahead. I'd be surprised if they don't, to be honest. The only thing that is, at the moment, I know it was set up as a hospital. Whether it still is, I don't know. So we'll have to see what happens. The Revell Messerschmitt. Yeah, that's a good kit as well. No, like every kit, it has its flaws, but there you go. The Hellcat I liked. I've got the Typhoon. There's 1/24th is up there, and that does need to come down and be cleaned up and be fixed. That did get taken to Telford as well, and it got damaged in transit, but it's a bit of a pain. But never mind, such is life. Excuse me 2 seconds. There's a cold going around at work, and it is a cold. It's not CV-19. It's definitely a cold. And I think I'm now starting to come down with it. So if I'm a bit squiffy and a bit yuck, that explains that. So having a drink. I know I should be drinking Coke, but fizziness seems to get me going through it. Hey ho. Right. So the GWH F15i. Whoop there. A bit nervous to touch it because I just tried it. She's ready for her Alclad. She's had a coat of paint. She's got a wall paint on. Hello, Richard. How you doing, mate? I'm keeping well, bar a cold. I think I just picked up, mate. But apart from that, I'm doing superb. So we've got the paint on. Hope you're well too and keeping going, bud. Hope you're keeping them away from everything that shouldn't be. So brilliant little kit. Goes together like a dream. This one will be cockpit open, which means dust and dust and dust, but hey ho. The metal work was all done. All this is Alclad paint. There's not a single other company paint on there. All the camo was done freehand. I don't mask my camo. Never have, never will. I did ask Top Notch for a set of camo for a B-24 Liberator, but only insignia. Never received it. Oh, I did receive one lot, but there was an update supposed to come. It didn't come. And I haven't heard anything from Top Notch in months. So if anybody knows what's happening with there, let me know. But yeah, so metalwork's all been done using high shine aluminium this time to give it that good look, and then some of the special, which will be released soon, the high shine chrome. I was told last week by Rob that will be released, so I used that as a bit of two-tone, and then I used what I used on the end. I can't remember what I used on the nozzle parts. That was a bit of chrome, but just sprayed very lightly on the ends there, just to give it a different shade from the actual area. That should be out pretty soon. I mean, most of the parts, all they've got to change is the what you call it, the fuselage parts. Richard, because all the other parts were there. I mean, there were a lot of trees, sprues, if you like, on the Zvezda Hercules. Oh, hello, Stephen. Um, we're in the box, ready to go. It's just the fuselage isn't long enough because the J version obviously is an extended fuselage, and I think it was 30 years old today. So she's set up here, and I do love her, I must admit. Certainly one of my favourite kits that I've built in a while. That's a good excuse to get her down and give her a dust, to be honest. Because, ooh, look at that. She's only been up there a couple of weeks. Well, might be a month now, I suppose. Just to give it a little bit of a dust. This is one of the first models I've ever built, which I sat and finished it rather than matted it. I do like her. I think she's lovely. She came out really well. I'm going to build another one. Like you said, the J. When the J does come out, I think I'll build her as well. Because this is just an amazing kit. And the bit I really like about her is the wing. To transport her anywhere, just gently under the line. And then she can go in a box. Job's a good one. Where we go. So that's great. I do like that idea. Makes life a lot simpler. And then, because of the quality of the fit, she literally just clicks back in place. So I think that's great. I think it's a lovely kit. I really do, Richard. And I think you'll love building it. There are things I will do different next time. Because it was such an enjoyable kit, you just build and build and build, and you don't think about doing what you're doing. You just do it. So next time, different things I'm going to do. I just took one of the aerial cables off, but hey ho, that'll soon fix. I'll sort that out later. Yeah, you'll love it. Oh, head and shoulders above that, mate. To be honest, it's, how can I put it? It falls together. It's so well engineered. It's not overly engineered like a lot of models nowadays, but it's very well engineered to the point where everything just fits. Literally just fits in place, and it is fabulous. Really is. I mean, I'm a Hercules fan. We see him over here all the time doing low level up the Saints, or what we call the Saints. But that's where Flixton Aviation Museum is. Flixton Airfield, then you go across to Metfield, then to then back again to Thorpe Abbots. You've got a few others up there, which were Second World War places or air bases. I'm a bit spoilt in this area, so I've got plenty of air bases to visit. And Seething, of course, Richard, which you know about after your beautiful Yeldy Bell. And I saw your picture of the FB-17F HK. Is that coming at the country this soon? Because I know it's not available at Hannants yet. It's still on back order. I'm just waiting for it literally to come in. Then that'll get here, and I will be, like you, going to be building it. I hope. And I would like to do it in the Bell, as the Bell, because I built a Bell many, many moons ago and loved it. But it was given, or it was lent to a local model shop, and it was hung on the ceiling. And I think they used it to shoot air guns at because it was destroyed. Yeah. Okay. It was totally destroyed. So I want to build another. So hopefully, if it is back or in the next couple of weeks, I'll be getting it. And when the F-15 is finished, that'll go on the bench. I'm finding that a lot better doing lives actually than I'm doing recordings. you spend so much time doing recordings. It takes as long to do. If you record, say, doing a cockpit, for instance, a cockpit canopy, that can take an hour. Then you're looking at another hour to edit it, and then perhaps another hour to sort it out, make sure it's completely right. So you're watching the same thing over and over again and getting it right and trying to make it good. So it does take a while. It's worth it in the end, but it's one of those things where I'm starting to prefer doing this type of thing rather than look at me bin diving. I know what I'm after, but it's much easier doing the live, to be truthful. The wife's just gone to bed, obviously. So, what are people's thoughts on the new Revell 148 SR71 coming out soon? Because I have quite a large affection to the SR71, and I'm looking forward to that. I'll show you something in a minute, which is quite interesting. Well, for me anyway. Any thoughts on that? Is anybody looking forward to it? Is it something that you think ought to be released? Because I mean, we've had, I think I built an Atelieri one a long while ago. Yeah, it will be big, but Richard knows I'm quite lucky. I have other places to store my models. And I don't have to really worry about size. So that shouldn't be an issue for me. Excuse me while I concentrate a minute. But I think it'll be quite long. I really do. But it will be a good kit if it's Revell Germany, which I presume it will be. I'm getting messed up here. 600. What that's the HK B17. Yeah. But you see, if I build that, if I build the G, I can then take it to Flixton. If I build the F, I can take it to, well, Flixton would probably have that one as well, but I won't put too much on them. Both myself and Mick are building the 132nd B24s for Flixton. But obviously with COVID, things have come up. I haven't got room to store it, so I haven't been building it. When that's got a meter wingspan. When COVID is gone, or hopefully things open properly, then we'll start building it again and get it out to them. I'm very lucky, as I said many times before, to have such fantastic museums close by. Evening, young man. Hope you're all right, Cameron. Nice to see you, fella. So, yeah, we'll go back to the Liberator. Will come back out. It won't be done live or on camera or anything. It's something I need to do because it's so big. You need to concentrate constantly on it. It is massive. I'll get it out one day. You'll have a look. Nice one. So that's good. And Richard, I've got to build a car. I've got a GT40 coming to build. I've been coerced by Mr. Foot to build a car. So that should be interesting. Never built. Well, I built a car. We went through this. I built a car back when I was a child, which was the Lamborghini. Can't remember what it was called now. But anyway, built it when I was a child. Loved that kit. It was in white. Looked fantastic. Didn't paint it. I didn't know how to paint. I could never paint. So like I've always said, if without an airbrush, I wouldn't be doing this. It's the Tamiya 1/24th, the blue one. Cam, I meant to say you, Richard. Can you remember that Phantom you sent me years ago? It was, I think it was unboxed, but I got it upstairs. I'm going to get that down. Yeah, I hope so. It's going to be, I'm going to do it in a candy colour, but it won't be candy blue. It'll be something different. I'm going to try something a little bit different. I might even let you lot choose which colour it is. But it's not going to, I don't want to do the blue. Everybody does the blue. So I've got an idea of ways of doing things that are a little bit different. I want to try something out. It's going to look a bit odd, but I might even do that on a live just for a giggle, because it's going to be, yeah, I ain't going any further, but yeah, it's going to be fun. So yeah, we're going to do that. There are plenty of candies to choose from, so I don't know which we're going to do. We got, what we got up there? We got, ooh, candy cobalt blue, candy bottle green, candy emerald green, candy red enamel, candy violet enamel, candy golden yellow, candy orange, candy lemon, candy indigo, candy electric blue, ruby red, and that's it. So it could be any of those. I might just let you shout out and say which one you want, just for a giggle. But it's not really about the candies. It's going to be about what the candies go on, something different. I have an idea. I'm going to do a test at some point, and I'll ping you it through, Rich, to see what you think, and Cam. I've just got this idea of doing something a little bit, making the candies look a bit different, so they ping out just that little bit more. But we'll have to see. We'll see how it goes. So that's nicely dry now. Sit up the right way and look pretty. I do like the Israeli colourings, I must admit. One of the biggest compliments I ever got paid was when we were at Telford. San Momi. Yeah, yeah. You're my teacher, mate. What do you expect? You know, if it weren't for you, I would be doing none of this. But yeah, I just want to do it something different. And I have an idea that will be Alclad. So it's in the Alclad range and easily accessible. But it's what you put the gun or the candies on top to make it look different. And I thought we weren't doing it anymore, but we are. So that's all I'm going to say, because I can't even see it up there at the moment. There's a load of hot metal colours that I could have used as well, but I'm not going to. It'd be interesting. Something different. I can see what I'm looking for. Yeah, that's the one I want to use, but we'll see. But that I'm going to do it on a live. We'll spray what I'm going to spray as a live, and then we'll do the colouring as a live as well, just for a giggle. I'm enjoying this live lark. I don't, like I just said, I don't particularly like doing all the editing. It does take a long time, and it's a bit of a pain in the butt. But I love. I can yak to myself forever. You guys asked me a few questions. I mean, tonight I'm totally unprepared. I should have been more prepared to this. I should have had a massive, great cockpit to mask. I should have done the wheels to mask, but I just haven't had the time, to be truthful. So I've got all the engines done. I don't know how well the camera's going to pick these up and show you, but we have our nozzles. These are the insides of the nozzles. I don't know if that comes out of the light there. So it's back here. You can just about see that they've been dry brushed. All the metalwork's been dry brushed. Then we have the actual nozzles themselves, which is titanium. Hang on. Sorry about that. That was just on and off as it does every half an hour. I've been on half an hour already. Blimey. So yeah, the nozzle's been done with titanium at the top, then blended in, and with a shiny titanium at, I should have said that, shiny at the rear, and they just push on, ready to go in. And I've also done not acrylic, the thing on the inside. Oh, think about it, Mark. The ceramics on the inside of the nozzle have been done as well. I've got a nice, it's not on that one, on this one. Did a nice wash, so there's nice white or off-white on the inside. I probably can't see that. Get this light down here a bit, and you might be able to see it. There you go, you can just about see it there. With a nice, it does look very ceramic-y. Obviously not from that distance. That's very easy, Stephen. Extremely easy for me. I've used them since I started. I've recommended them from day one. They're the most versatile sanding sticks. I've never used anything else. You have Mr. Flory's complete range of sanding sticks and polish and stuff. These ones aren't that old. I've had these for a few years. But I have some of these here that I've had since I first started. So these are 8, 9 years old. I still use them. I have bags and bags of them over there because Mick treated me to a set when we were at Telford 2019, and 2018, and they sit in my drawer and I come out when I need them. But they're just for overall polishing, fantastic. If you want canopy polishers, then our canopy set, oh blimey, the Alclad comedy set, the Alclad sanding set. Let me put this out of the way before it gets broken. It is big lump, and she sits there all the time. Let me put that away. Excuse me. Sit up there, away near the speaker. We do a set of these, which are ideal for canopies. You know, you get the centre seam in a canopy, and there I could do another how to just get rid of that. There is one up on my iTunes YouTube page where I show how to get rid of them, but I'm going to do some different ones. The camera is a little bit better now, so I could do it. I might even do it live, but I'd have to have the camera over my shoulder for you guys to see exactly what I'm doing, which won't be such a good lens, but it will be a good lens, let's say. I mean, the lens in this at the moment is nearly 700 quid, I think. Oh, hello. And there goes the C130. So, yeah, for all your general sanding products, flooring models, absolutely fantastic. I think a full set is about £30. And believe me, it's £30 well spent because it will last for ages. There's those, you got sanding sponges, all types, different types. Then you got the sticks. These are sponges. Sanding sticks, which are our go-to. Mine mix. You've got medium. Fine. That's rough, and that's medium. That sort of size. They're ideal because you don't scrape away too much. You know, when you take off the sprue mark, a couple of swipes of one of these, and all you're doing is taking off the sprue mark. You're not taking any of the detail away by using one of these or the missus's toenail bits. Although if Lynn saw these, she laughed at me once. We were in Tenerife and I went into a shop there and had a load of cheap makeup. Yeah, they're the best, Andrew. Cheap makeup. So I just filled up a bag. I think I was paid about €20 for a load of makeup, which is ideal weathering. She laughed. So did the girl at the till. Thought it was hilarious that I bought a load of makeup. I think he thought I was a drag artist at a hotel. But there you go. Excuse me. But yeah, it's all good. A lot of people have been going on about the differences between this, which is Tamara Extra Thin Cement, the quick setting and the standard. Now, personally, the standard is my go-to glue. The quick setting, I don't have a lot of trouble. I don't have a lot of success with, although I've got a couple of bottles here somewhere, and it's all right, but it doesn't half evaporate quick. But if you need it something glued quickly, it's good. And well, Tamara, you don't need to say anything about that. It's just fabulous stuff. I've used this since I first saw it, again on flooring models. And I think I've got about 10 bottles around here somewhere, all hidden up so the missus don't see them. But yeah, in my Alclad stand, which are available from young Robert, if you'd like one of those. And again, obviously set and salt with a stand as well, little stand. You want one of those, give Rob a look. But yeah, so that's how things are going at the moment. It looks like I forgot to charge the tablet, so it looks like it's going to die, so I might have to use the computer for questions. But hey ho, it's a bit quieter tonight than usual. My fault. I didn't tell anybody I was doing it. But yeah, you can see some nice shiny Alclad on the bottom there for the heat panels. Oh yeah, but that's the perfect stuff, Richard. But where was I sitting? Someone was saying tonight, I read something on a Facebook page where they said, does anybody know what to use instead of needle for needle jelly? But KY Lube is perfect for that job. Lubricating the airbrush and the needle. It stops anything forming on the needle. It's brilliant. Juice. Sorry, Stephen. I'm a bit lost. But yeah, KY jelly is fantastic stuff for that. Yeah, needle juice. That's it. Yeah, because I mean, needle juice, you buy it off somewhere like Iwata, H&S or Badger. That's expensive. But you get a whole tube of KY, which would last years, hundreds of years in this house. You know, it does the job. It's perfect. I mean, these are all lubed up with it. Don't tell the missus. And every time they get a good... Oh, this holding there. That turned off. Yeah. When they get a complete strip clean, this goes into the tank. That's true, Steve. Honestly, try it, mate. Just... You're going to look a bigger fool as me and Richard when you go into Tesco's and buy and they... it is funny, I've got to admit. But yeah, when they get stripped, they get completely stripped, completely lubed up, and they're ready to go. And they get stripped after every model. They don't get stripped during the model. Apart from perhaps the Badger, which has HG put for it. It's funny what we use. Us modelers will use anything we can get hands on that works. I mean, how many of you guys use Pledge? Or whatever it's called. The floor polish stuff. I don't even use it anymore. I did beginning. Don't need to now. But or I found it a better substitute. I won't say I don't need to. That's the wrong thing to say. But a better substitute. I still have some up there. I've got some original clear in a bottle up there. Last time I saw one go on eBay for about 45 quid. That's staying up there. Hello, Brian. Nice to see you, mate. It's up there. It's the original bottle. It's the blue top with the red label with clear on it. And I moved over now to obviously Aquagloss, which is made for the job, whereas that's floor polish. Fine. Oh, look. Now, I found this the other day. A gentleman from Holland, Holland, asked me about Deckle Fix and whether it's any good. Or this is the Humbrol version, but it was the Revel one and this one. I threw out the Revel one. Now, what do I think of this? Easy. That's gone. You can't beat Microset, Microsol. There is one other that I'd like to get my hands on, which is a bit stronger. But obviously with COVID, I haven't had a chance to get hold of it. Well, to be honest, I haven't looked for it lately. Which is the Mr. Mark Set and Sol or Setter. Deckle Setter. Yeah, it was Future, but I've got the original bottle of Clear. I think Future was the United States version, whereas Clear is the UK version. Don't know what the difference is. Haven't got a clue. But, you know, I tend to use... I have a jar of Aquagloss here, which I dip my canopies in. All right, it says Garden Mint Sauce, but I assure you, in this till, is Aquagloss. Oh, what a lovely smell. And I dip my canopies in that. And I think it's brilliant stuff. Dries rock hard, protects anything you put near it. So, well, what do you need? So, there's a few in here. I mean, what colours do you think we should work on? What colours do you think are missing from the set? Yeah, keep the air pressure down, Brian. Keep your air pressure down at about 10 psi. And be very, it's thin, it's like water. Just, I mean, a couple of coats tonight. Let's put the shine out on that and that for decals. And that hasn't been polished up. I normally polish them, but I didn't this time. It came out perfect. I won't say perfect because that's the wrong thing to say. But it looks really good. I'm pleased with it, put it that way. And it just makes it rock hard. And it's ideal for decaling over. It doesn't smudge. It doesn't make look horrible like you can get on when you put water again on a clear. If you use water to put your decals down, well, everybody uses water to put the decals down, but you know what I'm saying. It leaves a mark. On Aquagloss, it just washes off. So that's what I use now. I mean, I'm fortunate to get mine, and I mean fortunate. I'm very happy to get mine, to be honest. But I mean, we'll have to do a deal with Rob, get him to put something out. But yeah, it's if you could think of any, going back to what I was saying, if you could think of any colours that are missing from the range, I don't mean like French colours. Mind you, Italian colours would be nice. The Russian colours, I think we need to expand on those a little bit to get the browns and the greens out. We've got the greys, the blues, what I call the aggressor colours, which are the SU colours, and a few of the MIG colours, but nothing major. There's not many more greys. We've got loads of greys which we want to do. Desert Pink is I can't remember the. This is this one. ALCE 024 is for both, Brian. It's actually a colour combined. Although it is the proper desert pink, it's also desert sand. And it is a very close colour to the original. In fact, the Buccaneer that I did, I'll give you an idea. There's the buck. That's desert sand. And that's would be classed as desert sand. So canopy comes off because I wanted to. I did that on purpose. I wanted to do something different. I didn't want to do the standard one, so I picked that one out that had the decals with it. Yeah, to my desert sand is a bit too pink and too bright. If you look at proper reference photos, it'll bring it back. When I mixed this one a few years ago, I took a long while to get it right. I had a color swatch to match, and I think it took me about 3 weeks before I was completely happy with the color. And it's the first time, no, it's the second time I've used it. I built a tornado, took it to Telford, as I always do, and dropped it the first day I was there before we even opened. So I was a bit annoyed. But this desert sand will do both. It will do World War II and up to date. Because you can tone it with your washers to mix it down. There is also an Axis. There's also an Axis ARV. We are getting more in. Hopefully, very soon there will be. Oh, hang on. Didn't know the server was on. We're hopefully going to have a lot more ARVs coming out in the next few months. But I'm not saying too much more. We should be able to do a whole range of ARVs colours. So, but we have Panzer colours, the browns, the olive gruns, the Swartz grey, the Swartz signal brown, Swartz grau, and of course all the RLM colours that were required for aircraft. We don't do a lot of ARVs. It's probably because I'm an aircraft modeler, but I did listen to what people wanted, and I never got really asked for ARV stuff. Well, I mean, we do the British deep bronze greens, and we do the NATO colours for the up-to-date tank, but I just wasn't asked for it, so I didn't do a lot of it. I mainly concentrated on aircraft and got that set up. There's 100 colours up there with all the insignia colours and everything else that go with it. Japanese colours that we did, which are fantastic, by the way. And I need to build a Japanese kit to do it, to use them, because I haven't used them yet. Nick Burr did, and I believe Cameron did. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I have built some tanks. I haven't got one here yet at the moment because I actually gave one away as a Christmas present. I sprayed a big fort and gave it away, so it's gone now. But I mean, the closest data to ARV is my is that a Cobra I've got sit there, AHD1 or AH1D sit there. That's the closest I've got. I think 135, and that's massive. But I do like doing them, and I'm quite looking forward to doing this Ford GT. Be a bit of fun. Something I haven't done for a while. It's Tamaya, so hopefully it should go together. I know they sometimes don't. We'll have to see. So, I mean, hopefully, as I just said, that the colours will grow. I know we haven't done a lot of different colours in the last year. We've been concentrating on metallics, some specialised metallics we're doing. I mean, the ones ammo from MIG or MIG ammo, if you see the metals, there are paints. As simple as that. They're just rebottled. That's how much they're liked. If MIG likes them, then at the moment it's a problem getting hold of tins, Brian. The tinlets, I mean, I have got a few here. The tinlets are very hard to get hold of, and they're very, very expensive. I mean, so much so I know another company that I used to make their pigments for, although I never told anybody. They were talking about having to put their prices up just because the price of tinlets have gone up so much. So that's an issue. Bottles is a problem because they will just become expensive. I mean, the Tamiya ones, that's another road to look at. The Tamiya type bottles. I don't like the acrylic type bottles. I don't think they work. We tried them. They don't work at all. So we're stuck with either tinlets or glass bottles. You know, we don't have any of the plastic bottles, although there's a blast from the past with the airbrush cleaner, because that is plastic. And that's the last one I've actually got in the house. Am I right? Yeah. We got to save Mr. Polar Bear, and we totally agree with that. So we've moved away from plastic. I have a few bits that like Vallejo model colours up there, which are in plastic bottles. Don't like them. What's that? This is another metal we're working on. I think that's a chrome, and that works really nicely, and it doesn't scratch like the others do. The problem we have with the chrome pigments is we cannot add a hardener to them. That's why they scratch so easily. But now we've upgraded the pigments, we can put a hardener on them and they just don't scratch, which is fantastic. Once we'd updated the black gloss base, which is now easier to use. Oh, I was talking about you a little while ago, Roger, about the decal fix, and I explained what we said, and I found a Humbrol bottle, which is there, and that went in there. So, you know, that's been binned. That's what I think of that. So stick to old micro set and sol, unless you can get some Mr. Mark decal softener in the bin, mate. Yep. So there's no reason why you can't, Stephen. That might be something we could think about, and just not say a few pence or 50p off a bottle if you send a bottle back. Then again, we've got to clean them, which is a pain. I can see Rob cleaning every bottle with a toothbrush. That'd be funny. It'd be hilarious, actually. Now I think about it, that's something we ought to set up. Yeah, it's good stuff, mate. It's good stuff. I'd love to clean. I mean, it's just a case you've got to clean those bottles out, and it is a enamels after. It is enamel, lacquer-based enamel paint, and they are really horrible to clean out. And they're tiny little bottles, and how you clean them out properly enough to make them go again. And to be truthful, they're not overly expensive. They're not cheap, but they're not mega money. And when you buy sort of 10,000 at a time, then they come in even cheaper. And believe me, 10,000 would probably last us a month. Alpine man. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, 10,000 to Alclad is a shot in the dark. About a month. 6 weeks tops. I mean, they go out. There's one certain company orders 6,000 bottles a month. So, you know, it's hard to keep up, to be truthful. Just trying to think. I'll tell you another good thing, Roger. If you get a chance, that stuff. Yeah, I spoke. I meant to tell you this. When I come on live last time, you missed it, and I've forgotten what the company is called now. But I actually got. If you send an email to technical@alclad2.co.uk, that's technical@alclad2.co.uk. I will talk to Rob tomorrow and get the name of the company. But you can actually pick up everything you need very close to you. It's definitely Holland, so you can get everything from them. Rather, I don't think you can come direct at the moment. We are still having a few issues. It's getting better and it's getting solved, but there are a few issues just getting into the Europe. Send me that, ping me that email, so I've got you on record. Then as soon as I find out from Rob tomorrow, or what's tomorrow? Thursday or Friday. Then I'll let you know all the places you can get them from. But I know there's a couple of places quite local to you where, well, not local, but you know, in your country where you can order them from, and they're pretty good, I believe. So that's a way forward. For that one, I did, like I say, try to solve that one. Like I do try to solve most things. But there you go. Anyway, yeah, ping me the email, and then I'll make sure I find out and let you know, Roger. Darren ain't turned up tonight, so I can't offer him to send me a PM with his address, which is a shame. I can't do a giveaway. We've only had a maximum of 12 people in here, which is fine. I'm happy. So it's just nice to see a few people about. But I'm going to call it a night now. My head has started to swim. My nose has started to block. So it's time to say goodnight. And I'll be back here definitely next week. And we'll do it all again. Next week, I'm going to go for the overhead cam, not in front of me like this. And I think what I'll do, I ain't going to do a video shoot for the canopy and the wheels. I'll do them live next week with an overhead cam. And if it takes a little bit longer than an hour, it takes a little bit longer than an hour. So if you're interested, give us a look. If not, get some questions together. We'll go through the questions anyway, because I'll have this in front of me so I can see what I'm doing. And we'll go from there. All right. So keep well, everybody. Look after yourself for the week, and we'll speak to you all soon. Thanks for watching, and give me a look. Yeah, have a great week, and speak to you soon. Cheers, Richard. See you later, Andrew. Cheers, Brian. Speak to you all later, boy.